welcome back to the Morning Brew. We have a treat for you today. Howie Kaibel is here. That's the treat.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. I love being back here. Thank
Howie
you.
Kaibel, Community Manager for Yelp. Of course, Dan Mayfield from Albuquerque Business First. And introduce your chocolate-making guest here, Howie.
This is Troy from Joliesse Chocolates. He's kind of an old professional friend of mine. From the minute I walked in the door and had one of his chocolates and had a cup of coffee there, I fell in love with this place.
It's a cool place.
I am just amazed. This is hot chocolate that just smells like amazing hot chocolate right here.
Well, you'll get a chance to taste it a little bit.
Awesome, Troy.
Well, welcome to the show, Troy. Good to have you.
Today is National Cocoa Day, just so you know. So I thought, what a more appropriate
I'm glad I showed up.
thing to do than to bring on someone who knows what he's doing with chocolate.
Excellent.
Tell us a little bit about what you're going to do.
Well, we're going to make some turtle Christmas trees. So everybody knows what a turtle is, and that's actually these guys right here, this is a milk and dark chocolate combination. So it's a chocolate base with pecans and then a little salted butter caramel on the inside, just extra richness.
Perfect.
And then a little bit more on top. So what we're going to do today is actually turn some of these in. I'll first show how to quickly make these, which are relatively simple. You just want to take a small pastry bag.
He makes even this part look easy, but that would be even hard for me just to fold the pastry bag like that.
And what
Pour
you want
the chocolate in.
Yeah, and you want to be, this is tempered chocolate, and you want to be working with tempered chocolate.
Tempered.
Versus what's another kind of chocolate?
Well, if you just melt your chocolate and then let it cool, it actually turns mushy. So tempered chocolate is when you play with the temperatures as you're cooling it to be able to, I left my scissors over there, so we'll do this the old-fashioned way.
With your
Just
teeth,
bite it off.
Bite
That's
it
all
off.
right.
That's fine with us.
Don't bother me.
Yeah. This actually hardens up though once it cools down.
That's correct. You get that nice crisp flavor to chocolate, that mouthfeel.
And you got a little chocolate on you there, Troy.
Oh, excellent.
That's all right. That just adds color to this.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think that comes with the business. I think.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah, my wife, who's our master chocolatier, is the only one who can actually get through a day without getting chocolate on her anywhere, which is somewhat interesting.
Well, one of the joys of taking the chocolate classes at Joliesse, and we'll talk about those a little bit more, but one of the joys of it is that you will get chocolate on your hands, face, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's just part of the whole
It's part
experience.
of the fun. You gotta get a little dirty. You can see I already got some on my
Can you
hands.
just
here.
step a little over here, because this camera is going to try and
All right.
find that so we can see it.
All right, well, I'll get that over
we
here.
go.
So basically what I did is I just poured a little chocolate in a disc right onto the
Right.
parchment paper. You're going to put your pecans in, and then to have a little fun with it, we can add a little bit of the salted butter caramel in.
So can
my
you buy
gosh, look
tempered
at-
chocolate at like the grocery store, or is that something you have to get specialty from a chocolate store like Joliesse?
Well, any chocolate that you buy at the store is going to be tempered.
Okay.
The issue is when you melt it, then it's going to fall out of temper. So you need to learn how to temper it properly.
And that's what you teach us in the classes.
That's one of the things we would teach in the
Excellent.
classes, yes. So this would normally I'd let this set completely before I put the caramel in there. And then, but in this case, since we're
In the
just going to
interest
do
of
it,
time.
yeah, in the interest
So
of
then you
time,
cover the caramel.
and then you just cover the caramel with more chocolate, and that protects the caramel. Particularly, tempered chocolate is very, aside from the taste benefits, just tastes better.
More chocolate's always a good idea.
Yeah, but it also is a natural antimicrobial. So if you seal something that's very sugary, like caramel, inside chocolate, it's going to last a lot longer. So if these would dried are going to last up to 6 months.
Wow.
So that's the idea. So you get a chance to be able to spend some time with it. And then what I'm going to do here is once you've got some of your aspects made here, to make a little miniature tree. And the idea here would be to make different sizes, smaller going up.
Turtle tree.
Oh,
I love it.
Of course.
You just go ahead and start stacking your turtles.
You know, I was thinking with these pecans too, is that you could do little Zias. You could
Exactly.
do a caramel Zia, very New Mexican.
So you can see that I'm
you
kind
got to balance it.
Yeah, usually I'd let it set before I go to the next level, but in this case, we can get it done.
Awesome.
It's
I think we get
the art
the
of
idea.
chocolate. Yeah.
Oh, this is incredible.
And of course, these turtles are for you guys once we're done.
Yeah. Excellent.
Don't breathe.
You can see you kind of got a little miniature Christmas tree.
Yes,
That's
you
excellent.
do.
The idea as you go
One of
forward.
these can just go.
Exactly. So this is something that can be done relatively easy at home, and you can buy caramel. You can get chocolate, some of the high-end chocolate from us, but you know, in lots of different places.
What a
have good
great
chocolate.
idea. If you're having a party to serve this and even just by themselves without making a tree out of them, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And then it looks like you have some retail chocolates here too.
Yeah, this is some of our retail boxes we have over here, and we've got some of our gift baskets that we're doing. Chocolate-covered candy canes, of course.
This
We
one's
got-
nice. It unfolds. It's some,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then the little 2-piece, that's a 8-piece, and that's wrapped up, shows you what they look like when they're folded up. And we just have fun with it. And my wife, being the only French-trained master chocolatier in New Mexico, we tend to do things a little bit differently.
Well, your gift baskets are wonderful. At Valentine's Day, you have a completely edible Valentine. It's
Yes.
a huge edible box.
Yeah,
It's
and we're going to be doing
awesome.
that again this year, and I think we're going to be expanding some sizes on it too. So
Wow.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
So tell us a little bit about your classes, because my daughter, both of my daughters have taken your class, your chocolate making class, as well as we did a Yelp event at Joliesse, and just absolutely, it was one of the best events we've ever thrown. People
fantastic.
raved about it.
Yeah, well, togas and chocolate usually go well together.
Yes, there was a toga theme. Yeah.
Yes. So, yes, that was the romantic theme, as I remember.
Yes.
The stress on the Roman. But our chocolate making classes, we do it right now in most months. We do it 6 times a month. And it's a 2-hour class where you get to learn how to make chocolate truffles, the French style. And so we go through the process, a little bit of chocolate history, a little bit of chocolate tasting, of course, because you got to have that. And then you get yourself down and dirty, learning how to temper chocolate both the old-fashioned way and some of the ways that you can do at home. And then finally, get a chance to hand roll your own truffles that you've added to your own flavors to.
Excellent. That is cool.
It's, I mean, date night. Here you go. You're wondering what you should do in Albuquerque. This is a fantastic way to just spend an evening. And you're in the North Valley. There's lots of other great businesses out there too. It's just, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I love it.
and you just work on parchment paper.
In this case, you can just work on parchment
Yeah, why
paper.
not?
This is the easiest way to do it at home. You know, we use a lot of marble. We have a lot of marble slabs at our shop.
I'm sure you do.
For obvious reasons.
But this
Keep it
can
cool.
work for any kitchen. if
Yeah,
you
this
have
can work
one.
for any kitchen. Very simple to do.
Don't need many special tools or anything. You
No,
just need
I mean, and
Tupperware,
actually-
a ladle, and some parchment paper.
And
long does it
you
take
know,
for the
parchment
chocolate?
bag, but you can also use a Ziploc bag.
Not a bad idea. How long does it take to set it up? Yeah.
Well, with good tempered chocolate, it'll take about 5 minutes total to set.
Okay,
Oh,
so any
okay.
second now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very cool.
Wow.
fantastic.
Very,
All
how
right.
did you start this? How did you get into chocolate? 'Cause I know you've done a lot of things.
Well, my wife actually is the original chocolate fanatic. She grew up in the Philippines. She actually had cacao plants growing in her backyard because cacao is a agricultural product.
So is this actually National Cacao Day?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then so what this is, and well, cacao is also they call cocoa, cacao interchangeable words.
Okay.
So cacao is, so she grew up, her breakfast of champions was eating raw cacao with sweet sticky rice and evaporated milk mixed in together.
That sounds great.
Something called champurrado, which apparently also exists,
Wow.
the same thing exists in certain areas of Mexico.
So then she came here to the States and
Came
got
here to
you
the States.
interested in all of this?
Yes, and she was always very interested in the European style of chocolate making and the European style of pastry making. So she ended up originally studying in Vancouver, which is the only school dedicated to chocolate in North America. Apprenticed with a master chocolatier who was also trained in the French, by the French in Vancouver, and then finally went to France at Valrhona, which is one of the big chocolate brands in the Rhone Valley, to be able to finish off her training.
Very cool.
And then she pulled me into this about 2 years ago when we opened up the shop.
Very cool.
And you started as this little tiny, like, European-style cafe where we could make chocolate on your little marble slate, or your countertop there with next to the coffee. And then a year later, you expanded into this. You have this enormous marble slab, and the kitchen dedicated to this. So you can do how many people can you take on for a class?
We're up to about 16. Every once in a while we push it to 18, but 16 is a good number for the class. And yeah, and it's a good time. You got the whole area. You got lots of areas to play with. You get to play within our kitchen. So it's
People want to know where your shop is located.
we're at 6855 4th Street Northwest, which is North Valley, right next to Vernon's Steakhouse.
Yes.
So everybody knows where that is.
Sure.
Same complex.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
Yeah.
Go have a cup of coffee and it's something.
I will.
You cannot resist the chocolate that's on display.
I'm staring at that,
Yeah.
wondering when we get to sample it.
Yeah.
And you do Michael Thomas coffee, right?
We actually do via Miriam coffee.
Oh, via Miriam, that's right.
Oh, yes. We
Little
could have
lid on the bottom.
for a meeting in a little bit, too.
Yeah, I am.
If you'd like to try some.
Thank you.
And that was our, you can see that was already fairly well set.
Yeah, very nice.
This is unbelievable.
This is excellent.
Well,
Please.
Already I'm hooked.
fill us in on Yelp. Howie, what's going on with Yelp?
Well,
How
it's the
people-
holidays, so we've been doing a lot of locally involved events, been connecting with a lot of cool events. So this Sunday, we're going to be at the Rail Yards Market. You're going to have some people on here in just a moment that are going to tell you a little bit more about the holiday festival that they're having there. But we're going to be there. We're going to have a booth. You can come make a Yelp Christmas ornament. You can
Excellent.
we'll give you a shopping bag. We'll also have a couple of Yelp gifts that are free for the holidays. You're just going to need to check in. So we're having a good time.
Makes it easy.
Awesome.
We'll have some chocolate, and then we'll go to the rail yards.
Sounds good.
This is really good.
Yeah.
Well, we do try to make things a little addictive, so.
Well, it's working. All right.
doubt.
I'll tell you what. We're going to take a break, eat our chocolate. Thank you, Troy.
Thank you.
Our best to your wife. Howie, you're the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's our Yelp segment here on the Morning Brew. This is really yummy.
It is.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
We're not late, but got it done, so. One more in here if somebody wants it. Two more.
This is excellent.